The Cubs had a 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. We're going to go over all 3 of those games. We're going to look over what went right and what went wrong. All of that is happening on this episode of Cubs 360. Cubs fans, this is Jack from Cubs 360. Thank you very much for tuning in to episode 22 of the Cubs 360 podcast. If you're interested in this content, feel free to like and subscribe, and also follow us on Twitter at Cubs360X. So this is my series recap to the Milwaukee Brewers series. The Cubs play 3 games. One of the 3 gets postponed due to inclement weather, so we will skip over the second game. That game was, postponed to August when they play at Wrigley once again, so that'll be a doubleheader. But nonetheless, let's go to the first game. So in the top of the first, Ben Brown will be pitching for the Cubs. Frelick struck out looking. Chiriot grounds out to short. Contreras will double to left, and Yelich struck out swinging. In the bottom of the first, Patrick pitching for the Brewers. Ian Happ struck out looking. Tucker will hit a double to center. Suzuki struck out swinging. PCA got hit by the pitch, and Swanson grounds out to the pitcher. In the top of the second now, Rhys Hoskins will get walked, and Collins hits a home run to right to make it 2-0 Milwaukee. Turang will hit a base hit to center. Durbin struck out swinging, and Ortiz pops out to second, but then Frelick will ground out to second. In the bottom of the second now, Bush will line out to left. Kelly struck out swinging. Nico Horner will hit a base hit to left, but then Matt Shaw will hit a double to center, and which will score Nico Horner to make it a 1-run game, but then Ian Happ will line out to first. In the top of the third now, Chiriot will fly out to right. Contreras will ground out to second. Yelich will hit a double to right. Rhys Hoskins will strike out swinging. In the bottom of the third now, Tucker will hit a base hit to center. Suzuki struck out swinging. PCA will get walked, so there's 2 runners on, but then Dansby Swanson will ground it into a double play. In the top of the fourth now, Collins will hit a double to right. Turang will get walked. Durbin will foul out to third, and Ortiz will line out to left, but then Sam Frelick will ground out to first. In the bottom of the inning, Mike Bush will fly out to left. Kelly lines out to center. Nico Horner struck out looking. In the fifth inning, Chiriot will ground out to second. Contreras will reach on an infield single to Ben Brown. Yelich struck out swinging. Rhys Hoskins will get hit by the pitch, so there's 2 runners on, but then Collins will ground out to the pitcher. In the bottom of the fifth now, Shaw will fly out to left. Happ will get walked. Kyle Tucker will hit a double to right, so there's 2 runners on, but then Seiya Suzuki will hit a 3-run home run to left center field to make it 4-2 Chicago, their first lead of the game. PCA will ground out to first. Dansby Swanson will ground out to short to end the inning. Cabrera will take the mound now for the Cubs in the top of the sixth. Turang will reach on an infield single to second, and he steals second, but then Durbin will ground out to short. Ortiz will hit a base hit to left, which will score Turang to make it a 1-run game, 4-3 in favor of the Cubs, but then Frelick struck out swinging, and Ortiz got caught stealing second. In the bottom of the sixth now, Mears pitching for the Brewers. Bush will hit a base hit to center. Carson Kelly struck out looking. Nico Horner flies out to right, and Matt Shaw pops out to short. In the top of the seventh now, Keller pitching for the Cubs. Chiriot will ground out to first. Contreras will get walked. Yelich grounds out to the pitcher, and Contreras will go to second. And then he goes to third on a passed ball by Kelly, and Hoskins struck out swinging. In the bottom of the seventh now, Zestrinski pitching for the Brewers. Happ will ground out to third. Tucker will fly out to right, and Suzuki struck out looking. 1-2-3 inning there. Thielbar will take the mound for the Cubs in the top of the eighth. Collins will strike out looking. Turang will line out to center, and Durbin will strike out swinging. In the bottom of the eighth, PCA will hit a home run to right to extend the Cubs' lead to 2 runs, so it's 5-3. But then Anderson will take the mound for the Brewers. Swanson struck out swinging. Bush will ground out to second, and Kelly grounds out to third. In the top of the ninth now, Palencia pitching for the Cubs. Last looks for the Brewers. Ortiz struck out looking. Frelick pops out to third, and Chiriot will hit a double to left. But then Contreras flies out to center to end the game. The Cubs take the first game by a final score of 5-3. The winning pitcher goes to Ben Brown. 5 innings pitched. Gave up 2 earned runs and 6 hits. He had 5 strikeouts. The loss goes to Patrick, who's 3-7 on the year. 5 innings pitched. He gave up 4 earned runs, 6 hits, and had 5 strikeouts as well. And the save goes to Palencia, his 7th of the year, and only gave up a hit and had a strikeout. So my 3 stars for this game. My third star went to Matt Shaw, who went 1 for 3 with an RBI. PCA is my second star, who went 1 for 2 with a home run and an RBI. My first star is Seiya Suzuki, who went 1 for 4 with a home run and 3 RBIs. He had that 3-run home run to give the Cubs the lead, and they never looked back. So with that said, that is the first game of this 3-game series. The second game got postponed to August in a doubleheader. So with that, we will head to what was supposed to be the third game of this series. So in the scheduled third game, we're going to consider it the second game of the series since technically it was a 2-game series. But nonetheless, you get the point. In the second game of the series, the pitching matchup for this game is between Jameson Taillon, and unfortunately for the Cubs, they're going against Freddie Peralta, otherwise known as one of the premier Cub killers. Nonetheless, let's go to the top of the first now. Frelick will fly out to right. Chourio will hit a double to left. Yelich will hit a base hit to right, which will score Chourio to make it 1-0 Milwaukee. But then Contreras will ground it into a double play. In the bottom of the first, Happ will ground out to first. Tucker will get walked. Suzuki flies out to right, but PCA hits a home run to right to give the Cubs the lead. A 2-run shot in the right to make it 2-1 Chicago. But then Swanson will ground out to short. In the top of the second now, Turang will line out to short. Rhys Hoskins will hit a home run to left to tie the game at 2 apiece. Collins will get walked, but then Durbin hits a home run to center, dead center, to make it 4-2 Milwaukee, so they have the lead now. Ortiz will fly out to right, and Frelick will line out to center. In the bottom of the second, Bush will pop out to third. Kelly struck out looking, and Nico Horner grounds out to second. Classic inning there from Freddie Peralta against the Cubs. In the third inning now, Chourio will hit a base hit to right. Yelich will hit a base hit to center and send Chourio to third. Contreras will hit a base hit to center, which will score Chourio, and Yelich will go to second. It is 5-2 Milwaukee. Turang will line out to left, and Rhys Hoskins flew out to left. Yelich steals third, but Collins struck out swinging. In the bottom of the third, Shaw will fly out to center. Happ struck out looking, and Tucker struck out swinging. In the top of the fourth, Durbin struck out looking. Ortiz will hit a base hit to left. Frelick will fly out to left, and Chourio grounds it into a fielder's choice to short. Ortiz is out at second. In the bottom of the fourth, Suzuki struck out swinging. PCA struck out swinging as well. But Dansby Swanson will hit a home run to left center to make it 5-3 in favor of Milwaukee. Bush will get walked, but Kelly struck out looking. In the top of the fifth, Cabrera now pitching for the Cubs. Yelich will ground out to second. Contreras gets walked. Turang will hit a double to right and send Contreras to third. Hoskins will pop out to third, but then Collins hits a home run to left center field. A 3-run shot, and the Brewers find themselves up by 5 runs in the fifth. But then Durbin flies out to center to end the inning. As we head to the bottom of the fifth, Peralta still on the bump for the Milwaukee Brewers. Horner will line out to center. Shaw gets hit by the pitch. Happ will fly out to left, and Tucker flew out to center. In the top of the sixth, Flexen pitching for the Cubs. Ortiz will hit a base hit to right. Frelick lines out to Flexen, and Ortiz will go to second. Chourio struck out looking, and Yelich struck out swinging. In the bottom of the sixth, Ashby pitching for the Brewers. Suzuki grounds out to short. PCA grounds out to first. Swanson will reach on an infield single to short, and Bush grounds out to short. In the top of the seventh now, Contreras will get walked. Turang will ground it to a fielder's choice to second, and Contreras is out at second. Hoskins struck out swinging, and Turang got caught stealing second. So a double play there. In the bottom of the seventh now, Kelly will hit a base hit to left. Horner grounds it to a fielder's choice to short, and Kelly will be out at second. And on a wild pitch, Horner will go to second. Shaw struck out swinging, but then Ian Happ hits a home run to center to make it 8-5. And then Koenig pitching for the Brewers now, and Tucker will ground out to first. As we head to the eighth inning now, Collins will line out to center, Durbin grounds out to short, and Ortiz fouls out to first. Uribe pitching for the Brewers in the bottom of the eighth. Suzuki struck out swinging. PCA got hit by the pitch. Swanson will get walked, so there's 2 runners on. Bush will also get walked, so the bases are loaded. And Brujan will pinch run for Bush, and Kelly will ground it to a fielder's choice to short. PCA will score. Brujan is out at second. Swanson will go to third, so it is 8-6. And Birdie will pinch run for Kelly. And Nico Horner reaches out an infield single to short, which will score Swanson. Birdie will go to second. So all of a sudden, it's a 1-run game once again. The Chicago Cubs, who were once down 8-3 in the fifth inning, find themselves down only 8-7 in the eighth inning. But to conclude the inning, Matt Shaw will pop out to second. So we head to the top of the ninth. Pomeranz pitching for the Cubs. Turner will go to first, and McGuire is catching. Frelick will hit a base hit to left. Chourio grounds it to a fielder's choice to third. Frelick will be out at second. Yelich struck out looking when Chourio stole second. Contreras got intentionally walked, and Turang struck out swinging. McGill pitching for the Brewers in the bottom of the ninth. The last licks for the Cubs. They just need 1 run to send it to extras, 2 to win. Ian Happ will get walked. Kyle Tucker struck out swinging, but then Suzuki will ground it into a double play to end the game there. So the Chicago Cubs fall short of making their comeback. They lose the game by a final score of 8-7. The winning pitcher obviously goes to none other than Cubs killer Freddie Peralta. 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 2 hits, and 6 strikeouts. The loss goes to Jameson Taillon. 5 earned runs against, 8 hits allowed in 4 innings. Not great from Tyone, and only 2 strikeouts. McGill with his 16th save of the year, only giving up no hits, no earned runs, and he had a strikeout on top of it. So with that said, basically in this 2-game series, the Chicago Cubs split the 2-game set with Milwaukee, 1 apiece. They really could have taken advantage at many times in this game to win this game, but unfortunately, they dug themselves into a hole early on with bad pitching. Tyone wasn't solid, and just some bullpen guys too. Cabrera giving up that 3-run home run. It wasn't good enough to beat Milwaukee here. And like I said, Freddie Peralta, he just has the Cubs number every time he plays them. So you're not going to get way too much runs against a guy like Freddie Peralta. So you got to find a way to neutralize that by having good pitching, and the Cubs just didn't do that. And when they were getting some runs later in the games in the 7th and 8th innings, it was just too little too late. So unfortunately with that, the Cubs, with that loss, dropped to 45-29. They were still on top of the Central. The Milwaukee Brewers with the winner 40-35. So they're only 5.5 back of the Chicago Cubs at the conclusion of the series. So again, not terrible, but at the same time, they had their chances of potentially sweeping the series. But nonetheless, they still lose the game. So with that said, coming out simultaneously will be the series recap against the Seattle Mariners. So once you're done watching this one, I'd recommend watching that one as well. And give me your thoughts on the series. So this is Jack from Cubs360. If you're interested in the content, like I said, follow us on Twitter, Cubs360X, and feel free to like and subscribe. So that's all I have here. This is Jack from Cubs360, and as always, go Cubs go.